Hello and welcome to Data Vlog. In this Excel tutorial for beginners, I will show you how to use flash fill feature in Microsoft Excel. In my previous Excel tutorial, I have explained about autofill feature in Excel, which is different from flash fill. Autofill works by looking at the default list present in Excel, but flash fill works by sensing the patterns in the data and flash fills the rest of the data set. So I have these different types of data here and I will show you different use cases of flash fill in Excel. In the first example, I have this serial number. I want to extract the middle three digits of this serial number. For that, I'm entering 584. Select the cell. When the fill handle is active, drag down using left click. Just duplicate the content, but you can see this icon of autofill options. Click on that and click on flash fill. So it is extracting the middle three digits from the serial number. I'm pressing Ctrl Z. I want to extract the last three digits from the serial number. For that, I'm entering 100. I'm expanding the fill handler. Click on flash fill. Still, it is showing only 100. Why? When the flash fill tries to identify the pattern, it starts from left to right. That is why it is checking at the beginning of the serial number where there is 100 present. That is why it has extracted first three digits from the beginning of the serial number where it is 100 in all of the cases. That is why we are seeing 100 here. In that case, we need to train the Excel with another set of example. Ctrl Z and I'm giving 105. The second way to use flash fill option is just press Ctrl E. In MacBook or Mac OS, you can use Command E. Now, as you can see, it has flash filled by extracting the last three digits from the serial number. The second use case is when we have first name and last name in two separate columns and we want to merge it as one single column, and imagine there is a huge data set with hundreds of thousands of rows of data. It is hard for us to manually fill it. So in that case, we can use flash fill feature. For that, I'm just typing George Bush. So far we have seen using flash feature in two different ways. One is just drag down the fill handler and click on flash fill option. The other one is pressing Ctrl E. The third way is you can go to this fill options under the home menu and click on flash fill. So now as you can see, it has merged the first name and last name and automatically applied a space in between the first name and last name. But there is a caveat here. It is not dynamic, which means whenever I change anything in the source cells, like I'm changing it to Jill, as you can see, the full name has not been updated. In that case, we need to go and use the formulas. I'm just deleting this data. I'm going to use a formula to combine first name and last name. For that, to use calculation in Excel, you need to press equal to operator, then type concat, which is a function to merge two text columns. And I want to concat the first name, comma, and I want to give a space. For that, I am using double quotes and space, comma, and I want to concat with the last name. Press enter. Now, as you can see, it has concatenated the first name and last name. But when you click on the next cell and press Ctrl, you will get an error here, which means it is not identifying any pattern here, because for the first set of data we have used a formula, but there are no formulas here. So for that to work, you can just drag down the fill handler. It automatically fills the rest of the data. The second use case, you don't want to fill the entire full name and you just want the initial and the first name. For that, I'm just b.zill. Press Ctrl E. Tada! It flash fills by examining the pattern, like the first letter from the last name dot space and the first name itself. Now we have first name and last name and I want to create an email ID. I'm just expanding this column. I'm typing jill.bush at datavlog.com. Enter. Press Ctrl E. So it has identified the pattern and created email ID by using the first name and last name at the datavlog.com at the tail end of this data. So that way you can flash fill the email IDs using first name and last name. I also wanted to show you how to extract a first name or last name from the full name. For that, I'm just inserting a new column here. I want the first name only from this data. So I'm just entering Jill here and press Ctrl E. So it just extracts first name from the full name. The another use case is changing the patterns. I have this date column here. The format here is the date, month, and the year. Some simple flash fill options that we can use here, that I want to only extract year from this date and press Ctrl E. It pulls out the year from the date column. Ctrl Z, and I want to extract only month, June. Ctrl E. It pulls out the month from this date field. I want the date 10. Ctrl E. It pulls out the date. Let us see how we can change the pattern here. I want to go to the US date format where the month comes first, then the date, then the year. I'm expanding this column, Ctrl E. So it has modified the pattern in this format. So the final example here is, for example, I have days here. I want to flash fill the first three characters. I've entered Monday, Ctrl E. So it is flash filling the first three characters from the days. Ctrl Z. I want to only flash fill the first character, Ctrl E. So it is flash filling the first character. Now I want to extract the last characters, AY, and press Ctrl E. Surprisingly, this is not the output that we are expecting. We want only AYs in all of these results. But what's happening here is it is extracting data from the fifth character onwards. That is why it is extracting rest of all of the characters from these days. Now we need to choose the Excel that we only want last two characters. So we also need to give another set of example. Now press Ctrl E. Now it only extracts last two characters from the days. So these are the different use cases of flash fill. You can extract a certain portion of a data, or you can combine two separate columns into single column, or you can split a single column into multiple columns, or you can change the format of the data. This way, flash fill is a magic wand in Microsoft Excel in flash filling large volumes of data, especially when there is hundreds of thousands of rows of data. It is hard for us to manually fill the data. So flash fill comes in handy in handling that tedious task. I hope you enjoyed this small Excel tutorial on flash fill feature in Microsoft Excel. Please do subscribe to Datavlog for more Excel tutorials. I will catch you in another Excel tutorial. Thank you.